My boyfriend then, Raila Odinga, cheated me that he was taking me for a ride from Kisumu. Nitabwe. Then he took me for a ride and we went on passing some villages and some bushes. Eventually, we arrived in a home that looks really good. The home was well organized. And I asked him, where is this? Then he told me, this is my home. I was so shocked. I said, why didn't you tell me that you are coming to your home? Because I would have prepared myself mentally and even dress-wise. I would have prepared myself. Then I was not dressed like this. But then, when we got there, the next thing he told me, come and meet my father. Who are you to meet the great Jaramogi Oginga Odinga?
Ida Anyango Odinga was born on 24th August 1950 in a Kenya that had only recently begun to imagine its independence. She came from a home where service was not an abstract ideal but a daily practice. Her mother was Rosa Oyo, one of Kenya's first black nurses, trained in the era when hospitals were changing names and roles across colonial East Africa. Her father was also a doctor. That early household, with its steady routine, its emphasis on care and education, shaped a young girl who would later make teaching a life's calling.
If the government cannot protect us, if the police cannot protect us, we have to protect ourselves, isn't it? We'll have to protect ourselves, isn't it? And how do we protect ourselves? Tell them to wait and see. Wait and see. Wait and see.
Ida grew up among siblings in a family that treasured learning. She was part of a generation of daughters who were told education was a path forward. She took that path. In the 1970s, Ida completed studies at the University of Nairobi, graduating with a degree that will open doors into classrooms and later into bedrooms. Her first teaching job at Highway Secondary School in South Bay was where she learned the craft of shaping young minds. In 1973, Ida married Raila Odinga, a man who will become one of Kenya's most prominent political leaders. Their union will last decades, a marriage that married public struggle with private steadiness.
Who are you to meet the great Jaramogi Oginga Odinga? I was damn scared. I almost fainted, but I didn't. So I met the old man for the first time. He was such a nice person. He talked nicely. And in the end, he gave me, was it 200 shillings? That was a long time ago, and said, go buy soda on your way. That was Jaramogi. I think from that day, he made very quick arrangements for me to get married. And that's why I'm here, standing here today.
Ida did not disappear behind the husband's politics. She raised their children, managed a home under difficult circumstances, and sustained the family during periods of imprisonment and exile. Their children, the circle of their family, became part of the Odinga legacy. Fidel the firstborn, Rosemary, Winnie, and Raila Jr. They were reared in a household that valued education, service, and a sense of purpose. When Raila faced long periods in detention and exile, Ida kept the family together, running the home, upholding everyday life, even as politics intruded loudly at the gates. Several accounts of the family's life note that Ida largely raised the children, while her husband pursued public service, often at great personal cost. Ida's professional life began in the classroom, but it did not end there. She carried the discipline of education with other spheres, community projects, women's empowerment, and business leadership. Over the years, she rose to be one of the first Kenyan women to head a major company, a milestone noted by national papers. Her leadership style was quietly practical, systems, care, and a belief that institutions must serve people. Ida became known for her quiet activism, championing literacy, speaking for girls' education, supporting initiatives to empower women economically. She used the power of her name and experience to open doors for others, not always in the glare of headlines, but in schools, in community centers, and through mentorship. This was service grounded in craft, teaching the teacher organizing community savings groups and showing younger women how to lead with both firmness and kindness. Being married to a high-profile opposition leader meant Ida's life was never only private. She knew the cost of dissent in a single-party era: raids, arrests, public pressure. For long stretches, she held the family steady while the country watched her husband's political battles and sometimes punished him for them. Through it all, Ida became a symbol of endurance, of the steadfast partner who keeps the home. When Raila endured imprisonment, Ida kept the home together. She raised their children, navigated a hostile political climate, and maintained the family's dignity. Those years tested many, but they also revealed the quiet courage that will define Ida's public image. Not flashy, not seeking the spotlight, but fiercely present when needed. In later years, Ida expanded her public role. She used her platform to advocate for mental health, girls' education, and local entrepreneurship. She helped establish initiatives that connected women to microfinance and training, recognizing that dignity often grows where opportunity is given. Her involvement was not simply symbolic. Ida worked with NGOs, community groups, and educational institutions, lending both her name and her time. She became a mentor for younger women who wanted not just to survive but to succeed, building structures that will outlast the ephemeral nature of politics. Like many in public life, Ida's strength were tested by private grief. The family endured losses, heartbreaking moments that the cameras sometimes captured and sometimes did not. Through mourning, Ida showed that leadership includes the ability to grieve publicly yet carry private burdens. Her children's milestones, their own triumphs and tragedies, were woven into the public narrative. Ida faced them with same steadiness. She brought to the classroom patience, a reliance on ritual and routine, and unwavering belief in the capacity of the next generation. Over time, Ida Odinga became more than a wife of a politician or a leader of projects. She became an icon for women who refused to accept narrow roles. Media profiles often described her as a pillar behind a Chikwadi legacy, a woman who managed family life while participating in a national life. She appeared at public events, bearing the dignity of someone who had earned it through service. Those who have met Ida describe a woman of measured speech and stubborn conviction. She does not seek loud applause. Instead, she collects small victories. A school rebuilt, a class of girls finishing secondary school, a woman opening her own shop because she had someone to teach her now. That is Ida's currency, change measured in human lives. As time passed, Ida's role evolved from a teacher to a mother, from private supporter to public matriarch. She has been a custodian of family memory, a keeper of rituals, an interpreter of what continuity means for a modern Kenyan family. In public moments, whether at state functions or quiet homestead gatherings, she has always reminded us that leadership is as much about listening as it's about speaking. Her influence extends beyond biography. It is in the girls who now see a woman leading with both intelligence and tenderness. It is in the institutions that survived because someone chose to show up day after day. It is in a generation that learned that dignity is not given by position but earned by service.